Today, our government is introducing 3 pieces of legislation that will set up guardrails to protect the health and safety of Alberta youth. First, we're proposing changes that would protect the future choices of minors who identify as transgender or who are experiencing gender dysphoria. If passed, the Health Statutes Amendment Act would prohibit physicians from performing all sex reassignment surgeries on minors. It would also prohibit the prescribing of hormone therapies, including puberty blockers, to treat gender dysphoria or gender incongruence, except in accordance with the exceptions set out by the Minister of Health. The exceptions will include minors aged 16 and 17 who have the approval of parents, physicians, and psychologists. In addition, minors who have already been prescribed hormone therapies to treat gender dysphoria or gender incongruence will be able to continue with this process. Today, we're also tabling the Education Amendment Act, which proposes changes to the way gender identity, sexual orientation, and human sexuality are discussed and taught in Alberta schools. The amendments we're proposing would bring more transparency, clarity, and consistency to Alberta's classrooms, while also respecting parents' indisputable role as caregivers. If passed, any student 15 and under who wants teachers or other school staff to call them by a new gender-related name or pronoun would need their parents to be notified and would require their parents' consent. Students who are 16 or 17 years old may do so without parental consent, but their parents would still need to be notified. Additionally, parents would have to be notified each time subject matter in the classroom deals primarily and explicitly with gender identity, sexual orientation, or human sexuality. As part of these specific changes, parents would have to opt their children in to those lessons instead of opt out the way it is right now. And finally, as it relates to the specific policies in the Education Amendment Act, if it is passed, the Minister of Education, his ministry, would need to review and approve all learning and teaching resources, as well as all third-party presenters, on topics dealing primarily and explicitly with gender identity, sexual orientation, or human sexuality. The final bill I'll talk about is the Fairness and Safety in Sports Act. It aims to ensure everyone can fairly and safely participate in the sports they love. Sport is an important part of many people's lives. For some, it is an outlet for extra energy or stress, and for some it is almost a way of life, the path that they want to pursue in their future. This legislation will protect the ability of everyone to safely participate in sports. If passed, relevant organizations would need to establish policies regarding athlete eligibility. Regulations created under the Act would clarify specific requirements for these policies, including limiting women and girls' competitive sport divisions to female-born athletes. At the same time, in order to ensure that every Albertan can participate in the sport of their choice, we will support the formation of additional co-ed divisions. All 3 pieces of legislation have been developed, drafted, and tabled with the express purpose of striking the right balance for the health, safety, and well-being of all children and youth in our province.